And we're live. Hi, guys. Wow. Is there a frog? Did you see a frog, Rod?
No.
Okay.
I'm quite safe at the moment. It is doing a bit of lagging, isn't
it? You're fine.
Yeah.
I rookied out. I had Tracy's ads playing, trying to get her some monetization over here.
Oh, that's nice. Hi, guys. We're here.
For our first live event, by the sounds of it.
Oh, my God. So if you don't know, this is Rod, POMMY Pickers, and y'all know Tommy, too, I'm sure. But we're just going to play with Rod a little tonight. You like that?
Yeah. Oh, okay. My Christmas has come early.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh God!
Play away.
We're gonna hang your Christmas balls, dangle them a little bit.
Hi, Crony. We've got a lot of people coming in. That's awesome. Thanks for coming in, Rob and Crony and Watcher, Kathy, Trevor, Kelly, all of you, Jazz, Zahir. I'm not going to go through it all because I want to get right into Rod. But we appreciate y'all coming in.
She wants to get into his meat and potatoes.
Oh, my word. My mother warned me about ladies like you. Girls are the devil.
Okay, Rod, let's start with what's your temperature, because I think you're a little sweaty tonight.
I'm not surprised after that intro. I'll have to have a look on my phone, actually. It's, you're in Fahrenheit, aren't you? Sorry. It's a nice, cool 31 degrees C at the moment, so I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
1,000,000 degrees hot. Yeah.
I don't know either. It's enough to give you swamp balls, I think, probably.
Hey, Rod, so here'd like to know what that horrible shirt is you're wearing, so let's just go there real quick.
No. He's a very sad man. He supports a team which, it's not the only thing it does each week is actually turn up. That's it. He's just
turning up is half of it, I think.
So who just turns up?
No, it's the greatest football team in the world, and you know it, and you're just jealous.
Didn't I find one of those shirts? Didn't I send you a picture of one of those shirts last week? I found one somewhere, didn't I?
You did, yes. It was about 4 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think they were selling it for near enough what you can buy it in the shop. What the price tag you said?
$34 American, which is
it's about 40-ish. Yeah. Well, the shipping would have killed it.
Hot there. It's 87 degrees Fahrenheit there. That's not that bad, Rod.
Yeah, but it's 5 a.m.
No, it's nice.
It's nice. Now, what is it, like noon, almost noon, 11 o'clock, 11:30?
It's 12:30.
12, okay.
Yeah.
Now, does it get hotter? Like, is like our hottest point of the day where I live is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What is it? Is it the same for you, Tracy?
Yeah, definitely.
What about there? Is it the same, Rod?
It tends to peak around 3 o'clock. Yeah, okay. It's that's when it gets a bit. So that's when I run into the house and dive into the aircon.
At what point of the day do you sit on the ice packs?
How do you know I'm not sat on one now? There was a couple of ice packs in the freezer, and my missus asked me to get, and I saw these, and I thought, these will come in handy, and I just put one on the chair and sat on it. And oh my God, it was a glorious sensation. And but the trouble is, when I got up, my backside was all wet through, so it was a bit messy in the end. So stopped doing it.
Well, that's preparing you for the future, which you're going in a few years. Your backside is going to be messy all the time.
Yeah, apparently.
So Cernock is asking if it's a dry heat or humid heat.
It's humid here. It's some days it's literally like walking through a waterfall. It's it can be a bit unbearable, but I'd rather have the heat than the cold.
Thank you, Kimmy.
Yeah,
right.
better than the cold for sure. You can always strip down and jump in a pool. Cold is just brutal and painful.
As long as there's not a brown snake or an alligator in your pool.
True that.
So you went.
Unfortunately, I don't have a pool. I've got a dam, but I've seen things swimming in that, and I ain't going in that. So.
Yeah.
So, but you weren't anywhere near all the fires and stuff, right, Rod?
They were close by. The nearest was about, I'd say a 15-minute drive away.
Really?
Yeah, it got pretty worrying, but not as worrying as a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like in Robin,
yeah.
I think she has a plate. Yeah, you know, she's had it so bad these past month. You know, she's had fire, then flood.
What? How do you have a fire then a flood?
Yeah.
Was
someone named Robin B that lives in Australia, and she's had fires, floods, then another flood, then I'm sure another fire's coming. I mean, she's just really had issues. So, but
the good thing is she's got so much money. She was just drying up the water with her money. It was, you know, no big deal.
She must, because her property is gorgeous.
Oh my God! She's got a warehouse in Canberra. She's got acres and acres. She's building a you see, she's building a container house, and I mean, when does it end? I'm trying to nick her man off and get over there to get some of that.
I think she likes her man just fine. I think he provided all of that.
I'm thinking he must have. All right. Oh wow. All right. Brad's got a nice advert up there for Rod.
Sub to Georgina's granddad of Aussie. Yeah, guys. Rod is so close to 1,000 subs, and he should have been at 1,000 subs long ago. The man is comedic genius. He is my grandfather and Georgina's.
And he's the godfather of Australia.
And he's just...
Well, if I'm grandfather, I'll have to put you across my knee.
Oh, you might like that. Damn it. Yeah, but please sub to Rod. He's well worth the watch.
Oh. Oh, man. Unbelievable. I remember when we found Rod. We found him from Nick Hills. He comes highly recommended from Mr. Nick Hills, although we're the ones trying to get him over 1,000. Nick,
Tommy, do you remember 4 or 5 months ago, maybe you and I went into a chat like early in the morning of Rod's
4 a.m. our time. I'll never forget.
Rod barely saw us in the chat, I think.
We still don't see us in the chat.
I know. There were maybe 9 people in the chat at that time.
7.
You've really grown. 7, I believe it. I believe you.
There was 3 trolls.
Yes. American trolls.
Rod.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Our first troll was from Palestine.
Oh, you had them that night. You just don't know at that point. You didn't know they were there. We were dealing with them personally. Followed us. They followed us over there. The first time we went to your channel, they followed us over there.
They found us.
They found us. Yeah, the ones that we've been dealing with still that you know about. And but luckily you don't look at the chat ever, so you never saw it.
And he has 0 moderators in there.
There was no mods or anything.
I was just happy to be live.
Yeah.
I know. So at this point, when you go live, you've got quite a chat going usually, right? Your numbers are really good.
Yeah.
The biggest. Yeah, I mean, I think I did some sums a while ago, and it was averaging out about 50, which is huge for me. Mm-hmm. But the biggest amount of people we ever had in, and this is how sad it is. I actually took a screenshot while we were live. It was 65, and that was when we had George Ross on. Mm-hmm. So yeah, thank you, George.
Yeah. George is blown up, dude. He's epic. He does it right.
He's very regimented. That does work. I just can't be that way.
Yeah, he's militant. He's very militant.
Yeah.
Kathy.
Yeah, I one of the first people I actually went. The first person I was ever watched was America, and then I think NASCAR man started commenting on our chats when me and Andrew first started going live. And he ended up going on having a car on his racetrack night. Mm-hmm. But I think he put me one on with flat wheels.
He does that for everybody. If you're not a female, he does that.
Yeah, bloody rigged.
Mine wouldn't even fit in the lane, Rod, the night I played. Lane 2, I'll never forget it. I was going to call we needed to have lane 2 totally checked because there was something fishy with lane 2. So, I quit. I stopped racing. Don't ever find lane 2. Don't ever race in lane 2.
Ever, anywhere.
So what's the time over there?
9:30.
Did you say
8:30 for me in the evening.
in the evening? Obviously, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What day are we on? Wait, I don't even know what day today is.
Thursday there, afternoon.
It's Wednesday here, Rod.
Yeah, it's like I say to everyone, I'm your future.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. We're
God
trying
help
to
you.
do a Wednesday waffle here. So Rod does a Wednesday waffle, and we're just going to bring it over here since it's still Wednesday. How's that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you didn't do one last week. We were depressed, and then you popped one up this week, which was nice. So,
yeah, I had some issues I needed to resolve last week at home.
yeah.
So I just decided to take a break from it. I just messaged Andrew and said, "Look, I'm going to have to, step back."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I decided to do one last night because next Wednesday is Christmas Day, so that won't be happening.
How many Christmas gifts have you bought? Because I've bought 0 so far.
Well, I've not bought any at the moment. I'm just looking around me to see what I can give Trish.
I've got a nice amethyst ring. It wouldn't get there in time, dang it. Yep.
No. Well, I'm looking at an Elmo here, so I'm thinking more of an Elmo.
Here's one that may not. Kevin, do you know Rod the Pommy?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
He does.
Just checking.
Yeah, we talked about that. Commonwealth Picker.
Rod, if you don't know Commonwealth Picker, you should. So.
Yeah, he subscribed to me about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and he said he mentioned Tommy. He said I'm coming over after Tommy said to him, or something like that. But basically,
he said after listening to me ramble on about you every night, he's coming over. Kevin's awesome. I love Kevin.
Yeah.
Although we're his, I think if he did 19 questions, we would be his guilty pleasure.
He did 19 questions. You didn't watch it?
No, I didn't.
It's on his other channel. He's got 2 channels now.
Oh God, the hidden channel got me again.
Dang.
Jesus.
Kevin, you're going to have to link it in the chat before you leave so that Tommy will remember to go watch it.
I'm guessing we weren't his guilty pleasure then, or I would have heard about it.
I don't think so, but we could have been.
It must have been Gloria Estefan then.
Okay, probably.
I think it might be me, D. I think my internet connection's playing up a little bit. It was all right this morning with Peter Ray, but yeah, I apologize for that. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We're 14, 15 hours in the future. We can't have a perfect connection.
Nope, it's not going to happen.
Kevin here? Where'd he go?
He was going up to watch Frosty. He'll be back in an hour, he said.
Oh, okay.
You got to watch all those movies with the children's.
Absolutely. He's in another country.
No, Derek, we don't want that. Sorry. We don't want Pusa Studios helping Rod right now.
No.
That's bad news right there.
No.
But thank
what?
you. No. That's empty subs. You don't want that. You want real subs.
No.
Who in what?
We'll just move on. Next question.
All right, okay.
I mean, I appreciate this, but no, thanks.
No.
Oh, Wendy's Frosties is his guilty pleasure, Kevin's. Okay.
Warm chocolate from the waist down. Does that help?
Are you frozen and frosty?
Oh, God.
Thanks for stopping by, Kevin.
Yeah. Man. So did you ever envision all these Australian resellers now? Like, it's mind-boggling how many are popping up, isn't it?
I was talking to Peter earlier on after his stream, and he asked me why I started my channel. And I started it, I think, about two and a half years ago, just for a bit of a, see if I can do it. And there was only about 3 people in Australia at the time doing reselling. There was a lady who stopped now. She was called Reselling Rose. I think Zach, We Flipping Good Stuff, he was about at the time. And there was a guy called Cody Orgill, a young lad. But he disappeared. He just stopped doing them. So there weren't many people doing it. And yeah, I just thought, well, I'll just, chug along. And then it's only really since December last year that there seems to have been a noticeable influx of people doing it. You've got obviously got the ones who like Brad and Zach and Drew, the Look My Mind Hustling, and others. I won't go through them all. But there is a more noticeable amount of content, but it just, I don't know, it frustrates me at times. It really does. That's another story.
And I think you're not talking about you're talking about more the generational differences. I think we've talked about it before, right?
Obviously you got me and Andrew, who that sounds like we're related, doesn't it? A couple, but we're not. Obviously.
It's like me and Tracy.
It's just
you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, but that sounds a lot better.
Well, you just have to accept it, Rod. You just become accepting of your marriage to Andrew, and you'll be fine.
Well, we just started me and Andrew met through Global Voodoo. He gave me a shout out, and Andrew got in touch with me.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started just doing the waffle, and then. But you're right. There is a generational issue. I think there's a lot of younger people doing it, which I find quite amusing. Really. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Just the way my mind works. But like you've got, like I said before, Brad and Drew. Look, I'm hustling. Mid to late 20s. They've got another 20 years on me.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're my age, I'll have gone up the chimney.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's it is nice to watch the difference in ages of people as well. Yeah.
Well, they have a whole different mindset too. I think if you look over here, like we do it differently. Like I consider myself old, and compared to like Brad and Drew and people like that. And we have a lot of people like younger people here. They look at life.
Yeah.
They look at things differently not some people, not all, some.
Mm-hmm.
They look at instead of the focusing on the reselling part 100% and building that.
Yeah.
They're wider instead of deep. They're looking at Instagram, YouTube, merch, reselling. All of it is one versus building one at a time like we did. I didn't touch YouTube until I felt confident I wasn't going to, lose what I was building. And then that turned out to be false anyway. So they had other plans for that.
You just can't plan. That's the whole here.
But, and I don't know that there's a right or wrong way. It's just the way that, the people that I started watching did it. And
well, here's the beauty is that everybody can come together. Like we all come together, the different ages, we all get along so good.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody can teach something different. And that's just how I've always been that way in life. I never just stuck to one age group of friends. I've diversified always. And I think it's brilliant to do that here because you have so much to offer, Rod, and you do it brilliantly and with a lot of comedy, and I love it. Mm-hmm. But you're smart, and you've been around the block a few times, and
well, that's to say the least.
What I'm trying to say is I love you, Rod. Can we get rid of Drew and the co-host? No.
I think you've got to have that. I think there's a certain gene in people's, and it's to do reselling. Where can I start with this? I've always dabbled in buying and selling, even at high school. And it flowed on from there. And even when I was doing my apprenticeship and working, I was always buying and selling things. I am just glad, and I'll put this on record, I am just so glad the internet was not around when I left school. Because I think an inquisitive part of my makeup at that age group, I'd have probably been doing time by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think?
So, but I'm saying that's that age group. Obviously, not now. I'm not saying, you know, perhaps I shouldn't have said that. But
say what you need to.
yeah, but you know, there's an age group now, obviously, doing this, which has grown up knowing nothing other than having the internet. They never had the time before where you had to, you know, physically put notices on supermarket notice boards, things for sale, and free papers and what have you. But I think it's great. I mean, you know, like you say, you can learn things from every age group.
Thank you, Krillin. I appreciate your super chat. Rod, what time do the Camp League's games start for you?
He's on about. I think he's on about the football, as you guys call it, soccer. I'll be honest with you, Bobby. I don't know. I kind of lose track of a lot of it since I moved over here. But
thank you for the super.
You know.
So, Rod, you used to, and you used to sell stuff through newspaper ads, and you used to have to walk to the library to do research, and so the internet has changed everything.
And you only have one pair of shoes for the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had to walk uphill both
ways.
Yeah. Yeah, with a nail in the foot.
And there was no way you were ever going to make a brilliant 12 Days of Christmas song back then and put it on the internet for all your friends.
or the next intro for Frogger 3.
Well, I was seriously contemplating whether to put that one on the other week when I loaded it up. I was like, do I really want to put this on? Yeah, you had to. There used to be a newspaper in the UK, a free paper, and it was called Loot, and it's basically a buying and selling newspaper. And yeah, that's where I used to advertise a lot of the stuff. But I didn't start selling on eBay till I think 2000 in the UK. And then when we came over here in 2009, I had to change start again because there was a UK account over here. So,
and I just want to say, I hope Brad and Jazz don't think I was talking crap on them, because I think they're brilliant, and their merch is good, and their business is so established and they kill it that I'm not saying anything negative about their merch at all. Like, I love their merch. I have a piece of it. Mm-hmm. So I know. So I feel like it sounded bad that I said that. I'm like, hold on, did that sound bad?
It's okay. No. People put merch out. It's just, No.
I'm just saying Brad and Jazz did it right. Their business is established first, and that's all I was saying. Some people here we see rush merch out before, and they're still making, $400 a month on eBay, and that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? We see people to try and get the merch and the YouTube out, and before their eBay is even at a working sustainable pace. Yeah. And they did it perfect. I mean, they make more than most full-time people make by leaps and bounds. I mean, ungodly amounts of money they make, and I have nothing but respect for them.
Well, I think they did it mostly in the beginning just for gifts and prizes, mostly. Right.
And it's like George Rawson, like Zahir. Yeah. Zahir's the same way. Zahir doesn't want it, but people are asking for it and asking for it and asking for it. So what do you do? That becomes a dilemma.
I think you do it, period.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Brad said, they gave 80% of it away. It's like they didn't put it up for sale. And, we have people here that donate to charity, stuff like that. But so I just wanted to make that clear because they know I love them. They're my, I love all those people over there. I wasn't saying anything negative because I know it can sound that way. We don't take ourselves that seriously, Tom.
Right, Ray. Don't release your Shippin' Sunshine underwear line yet. Not just wait a few more hours.
But although the way my eBay is going, I should be able to release some merch.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
All
don't
the-
care. I
all
don't
the
really care if
vibes.
they put merch out, but the pushing the merch is bothersome to my mind.
Mhm.
That's most of it.
The one. I mean, Brad and Jazz actually sent me a mug. It is. I did get it, Brad. It's in here somewhere.
He's wrapping it for the wife right now.
You guys, I have all their merch and I won all of it. I feel so guilty. I got the shirt, the bag, the mug. Maybe I'm missing
the one mug
Mhm.
I would like is because I just like the design. It is Rob's, the Aussie
Oh, I
thrifter,
know.
you know.
But I like both of
Turn.
his mugs. He's got the dog shit
Mhm.
day or whatever mug, and then he's got the VHS Thrifter logo, which is such a great logo.
Yeah. And that's different. He's going to be I can't even loop him into that. He's going to be a brand.
Yeah.
He's different. He's totally even irrelevant to this whole conversation because that dude has the ability to be a brand, and he doesn't even he won't need eBay once we get him out there somewhere, you know, over to Zahir and or Nick or someone here that's big or whatever, because he's just on different, totally different.
Yeah.
So nothing but respect there either. That's just
He'll be one of those that reaches 100.
every person's different. So I can't really blanket the whole thing that I was saying. It's just every person's different and to each his own. And I don't have, it's none of my business either way. But Kimmy she says she has phrases.
Yeah, that's different.
It amazes me how different channels grow. I mean, I'm subscribed to a guy. He lives over here, and in his videos he doesn't speak. And he's got just under 10 million subscribers, and it's just an insane amount of views. And all he does is live in the bush and live off the land. And that's it. And he's got 10 million.
How many views?
Crazy.
Does he get a shit ton of views too?
Yeah, it's called Primitive Technology. That's what he goes by. He's only a young lad, a bit like myself. And he, yeah, but it's insane the amount of views. But what he's doing, he was the first doing it. It was original. There's a whole boatload of other people doing a similar thing now. It's like riding his coattails. But
that makes sense. I mean, there's money in specific areas, and that's kind of what you have to do is see where the money's being made, and if you're good at that, follow them, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of people that do that. Like another one, not on such a big level, but Taco Stacks. He was the first. Yeah. He's the original. Look at his subs. He's got like 209,000 subs or something crazy, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Steve and Steph, look at them, the first.
I think they're the biggest.
They're huge.
And they haven't been doing that this very long, really, in this things. Crazy.
I think there's a ceiling for where resellers in general will plateau. I think there's a lot of resellers we all watch, and I think I'll put myself in this obviously, but I think there's going to be a subscriber ceiling where you hit, and because of the content, you're not going to grow anymore. You'll have to diversify.
Yep.
But I was watching someone on YouTube the other day, and they was saying their approach isn't subscriber based; it's view based.
Yeah,
he said you could have
subscriber means nothing.
1,200 subscribers. But if you put out a video which got, like I was talking to Peter this morning, take that video of Nick's, for instance, that one with the sellotape, 140,000 views. You might have a channel which has got 1,200 subscribers, but if you'd have put that video out and got them amounts of views, it's the views what will pay your channel, not the fact that you've got X amount of subscribers.
Right. Subscribers
what this guy was saying.
Views are actually nothing, to be quite honest. It's retention time. It's how long you keep people in your video. YouTube,
but views are more important than some.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. But because why people, Rod, over here, they like to buy subscribers or go in like like we were talking about earlier, these channels these they call them networking channels, and they give you subscribers, right? And you subscribe to someone, they subscribe to you. It's, you know, scratch my back, but they don't watch you. They're not into the same things. That could be a dog washing channel. You're into reselling, you know, or, you know, it could be a bowling channel and, you know, whatever. They don't, you're not interested. You don't watch. So you go to subscribe to these people and they don't watch. So getting those empty subscribers, you end up like some of our big people over here that have like nearly 100,000 or 100,000 subscribers. They go live, 70 people turn up. I mean,
That'd be an embarrassment, honestly.
And then you have like someone like the legitimate channels that earned it the right way, like Steven Steff or Rally Roots or Lonnie or John Cincinnati Picker, or
like 800, 900 in there.
They have, you know, or Nick and Andrea. They got 30,000 subscribers, 600 people in the chat. That percentage is astronomical. Like that's enormous.
And there's some situations where that's different. If their subs came from a viral video that, you know, sometimes they're not going to come back.
Right. Exactly. There are some, exactly. Like you said, you get a viral video with a couple million views, you might get, you know, 50,000 subs out of that, looking to see if you're going to do it again, or they may never, you may never do it again. So they won't watch again. So, that happens a lot.
About a year ago, when I first started putting some videos out, I had some what I thought were good ideas for doing that, but I canned them. I didn't bother doing it because I thought, what do I really want to do? I wanted to start putting like videos out on like more or less how-tos, you know, fixing crap that we sell. My biggest viewed video is how to fully strip down a Dyson bloody vacuum cleaner. What's that got to do with reselling?
Everything over here we call evergreen. We call them evergreen videos. How-tos, do-it-yourself videos are the best thing because there's always someone looking, and you reach outside of the reselling community. The goal is not to get all the reselling subscribers. The goal is to get outside of reselling while keeping your base. That's the goal. And most people focus on the reselling, you know, reselling.
I have almost 1,000 views on my security tag removal video, you know, which is small still, but I'm a small channel, but that's one of my higher viewed. It's how to always.
I mean, I think I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think that video I did with the Dyson vacuum cleaner, I think it's something stupid like 4,000 views.
Wow.
And it's
so, I mean, you know, it's.
You know why though? Because Dyson is known to get clogged up easily. So a lot of people out there have issues with their Dyson. They're gonna go to YouTube for that. If you tag right, you'll be good. You know.
We just had this chat with Zahir like a week ago, didn't we?
I know.
I said Zahir, I want to show you something. I took his channel and sorted them high to low. His first 20 videos were when he first started, and they were all his highest views, and they were all how-tos, every one of them. And they are the ones that people will come back no matter what. And you can do it in reselling too, if you want to show someone how to set up a dymo step by step. How to do, if you do a good instructional video on things with reselling, like international shipping, things that are just scare people, anything that people are scared of, if you walk them through that and make them feel comfortable, you can really get outside it and garner a lot of views, and they'll come forever. Someone starting reselling in 5 years will see all these thumbs up and go to that video because they can trust it. What?
I watched that one where he was taking the tag off. He was setting fire to things.
Okay.
I had a vision of you sat in the changing room in a store over there with this cigarette lighter trying to burn off tags.
And her neighbors are calling 911.
Fun. It worked.
Look at that, Peter Ray. Remember watching Rod doing a garage sale beginning of 2019 and 4 people in chat. Isn't that crazy? Come so far. It is amazing.
And you know who one of them was? Jamie.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. I had some compasses, army issue compasses, and he was after buying them off me, but the shipping was too much and whatever. Because he sells in military stuff. Well, obviously his name's military, but yeah, Jamie was in the chat then.
Yeah, but and that all is going back to people like Nick, because Nick introduced you to the UK, right?
Yeah.
Even though we haven't said it, but you were born in the UK, correct? And then you lived there for how long? You up until like 10 years ago or whatever?
Yeah, I think middle of 2009 we came over here, so that was.
And don't ask why. We're not allowed to talk about it. It's under confidentiality. But take that to Nick, how he's mentioned often, and you've mentioned, and a lot of people have mentioned how Tracy and I have helped bring people together. But people don't realize Nick's been doing it for a long time. He just does it more subtly, I think.
Yeah.
He's done it with Lonnie. He's had John Cincinnati Picker. He's had Dwayne over there. He's had Ronnie Hart, I think.
Yeah.
Right. He's had a lot of people.
Even Golden Finger Picker back.
They did a big
maybe.
Remember Dwayne called a big auction for them over there?
Yeah, that was difficult for Dwayne.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so many people that have done it. I think we're just the newest, but we can't take near the credit for it because Nick actually started it. Yeah. And I wouldn't have found you if it wasn't for Nick being on having you on his channel.
Mm-hmm.
The first person I watched on the internet regarding reselling was, like I say, it was Global Voodoo over in the States. But the first person in the UK was about 5 years ago, and that was Nick. And then about a week after, Zahir was started doing chats with Nick on a Tuesday, I think. I can't remember now. And so I've been subscribed to both their channels for about the best part of 5 years. And there's a lot of other people, but in that time period, there's been a lot of people come and a lot of people go.
Right.
They get the first returns. They think it's easy. They see all these videos. And the one thing I don't like about the whole YouTube thing with reselling is people. It's nice to say you're making good money, you're doing this, you're doing that. But there's a point where it really starts to irritate me. And I've had this chat with you before, Tommy, and you know about it, but there's going to come a breaking point soon. There's got to be, regardless of losing subs or whatever, there's got to be a breaking point, which I'm going to hit soon with it. So that's all I'll say at this moment.
More to come.
Well, I think what he's trying to refer to in a nice way is just a lot of people like to say they're doing stuff without showing it. Where people like Brad and Jazz show it, what they're doing. There's people that just say what they're doing and they don't show it.
Okay.
I think that's what he's alluding to based on the conversation we had. And we have that here. And then the minute you discover their stores or whatever, then they say, "Oh, well, I do Amazon," just.
Well, the thing is, you can show what you're doing very simply without showing every piece of your financial information. It's not like it's a dig deep. You can share your store and it shows. That's it. Mm-hmm. You don't have to go into your graphs. You don't have to go into your account page. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do all that. But you do kind of need to show something, or don't claim to
either show it or just don't talk about it, one or the other. Because honestly, it doesn't.
Well, that's exactly you've hit the nail on the head there, Tommy. I mean, if it's great if people are going to say, "Yeah, I earned this, I earned that." I'm so happy for you, great. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to continually do it, mm-hmm. and then when someone asks you in the chat how much of that was like profit, mm-hmm. and you flatly refuse to say, then hey, mate, I'm not interested anymore. Stop posting. Yeah. Stop waving your willy about.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and there's a lot of different business models as well. So where a lot of times, depending on my feelings that I'm having, I can have crazy high numbers because of my average sale price goes through the roof, but it's retail arbitrage. So my profit margin is nowhere near my thrifting profit margin or ROI, but it catapults the numbers and makes them look way better, you know. And so that's what I kind of just take, honestly, everyone's numbers with a grain of salt. It just doesn't matter to me anymore. I used to get wound up about it and just be like, yeah, but they're doing this and they're doing that. Like, you know, and because people, the problem is and it all goes back to new viewers and new resellers. And they hear people saying these things and they fall for it immediately. And then they get sucked into,
because it sounds true and it sounds exciting and it's to a new seller. It sounds like, oh my God, this is so what I want to do.
Yeah, yeah. Like I made $90,000 in my first 8 months of reselling without ever knowing what I was doing.
I did not realize I fell for that until you started saying it. I really was kind of clueless still until you said it one day. I go, oh my God, it's so true. Like I just started unfollowing people. I'm like, I don't need to know this. I still lose money like you. Lost a larger amount of money, but most people don't see it right off the bat.
Right. And that's the difference. That's why we have a lot of differences over here. And, you know, because there's the groups of YouTubers that want to be transparent. There's groups of YouTubers that want you to think they're making millions. There's groups of YouTubers that want you to buy their courses or whatever. There's so many different mindsets over here, and all of them think they're right. And, really the only right way is just transparency. You know, when someone asks, you just show, or you just tell it. And if you can't, then don't speak about it. You know, if I tell you I'm making $100,000 a month and you say, well, how much of that's profit? And I won't answer you, then I shouldn't talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're so, and again, in the work, it's like Mel, look at Mel. I mean, I know for a fact, Mel probably makes more than anyone that I know because of her buy-in cost versus her sales. You know, I would never say her numbers, but I've seen them. They're ignorant. They're ignorant numbers. And I know what her buy-in cost is because I know what she sells. So she's almost got free money at the end of the day. Her money is almost free because her buy-in is so damn cheap. It's just, it's not, you know. And then, you know, and Brad and Jazz are more like me. Their numbers are crazy high, but they have a little higher buy-in. So it's much easier for them to turn stuff over faster that way because they're part-time. So there's just different methods to the madness. It's not a right or wrong. But the unsuspecting, the new is what I guess we're trying to get out there. They don't know the difference. They don't know that a retail arbitrage person is making, you know, 10 to 30% profit. A thrifter or a bins person could be making 4,000% profit. Just different sets of numbers with different math is all it is.
Well, I remember back when you and I first met, Tommy, we went into a chat and somebody was spouting off what they had been selling that week. And we both asked in the chat, what's your store name? And got zero response. If you notice, that person's not on YouTube anymore. You can't sustain a YouTube channel as a false content creator either. So it will end, you know, at some point. You can't keep it up.
And again, it's not a knock on anybody. It's just, it's like an awareness. Like there's all these new people that keep coming in. We see new people all the time that I've never seen before because of Tracy finding new people, because of you guys. And it's just, you just feel bad if they fall into these traps of.
Yeah. And it's like, as long as you know that going in, if you like the person as a person, watch them.
I mean, if you know the difference
I feel like you might be getting lied to a little though. Because
because the different, like you can have someone who grosses $4,000 a month, but their profit is $3,800, right? You know what I mean? Or you could have someone who grosses $40,000 a month and their profit is $3,800. What's the difference? I mean, they're working a lot harder for you know, that's the only thing.
So Rod, are your sales going good over in Australia right now? I'm slow here, but I'm a small seller here.
God, it's like things blowing past, you know, them things you have going across the desert.
the Wild West, the hay bales.
Is that what it's like right now? Okay.
Oh, it's like, yeah, it's shocking. I think this week I sold a pair of R.M. Williams boots Monday, brand new. So they went out, and they went out for $350 plus shipping.
Nice.
So I was happy they went.
And what'd you pay for them though?
Well,
you paid up for those.
I paid $80 for them.
Right.
That's still great.
At a garage sale.
But that's just showing the difference. You can pay up and make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But a lot of, I don't know, it just seems to have tanked. It's just gone on a steady decline, and I don't see it picking up before the new year. Just bits and pieces will go out the door now, I think. I don't think people are looking at buying them.
It's very relaxing for shipping time.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I see Facebook Marketplace picking up right now. I'm putting anything I have that's new on Facebook Market. I'm going through literally everything I have and just pounding Facebook Marketplace with new or something I think that would be giftable, because people are past some of the deadlines in some areas where they can get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have like over there, I think I've heard you say that the Australian Post is dropping the ball or something. Like they're already past the cutoff where they can get to the other side of the country, right?
Well, apparently, according to Australia Post, Monday the 23rd is the last day for Express Post. And they're already saying they're running potentially a week behind with deliveries. So someone's going to be upset if they buy something on Monday thinking they're going to get it, before Christmas. Yeah. But Facebook Marketplace, I've had some good. When you messaged me before about coming on, that's what I was packaging. One of the items was a juicer, and this woman's bought it. But I've started to include shipping in the listing, and by a good, not lots, but I do see Facebook Marketplace as being now even more of a viable option, because you've got this ability to offer the shipping.
I wish I had.
Still very basic, but
I think the cheaper you can go on your asking price, the better you're going to do. So if you can get stuff very cheap, I think you can sell very fast. Just like going to a flea market, you go there to sell cheap. This is a step up, of course, but that's how things move best on Facebook. Fair value and quick. People want stuff fast.
Now, if you because if you pass, you're not going to have the fees that you have on eBay. So if you pass that on to the customer, you make the same profit, but you pass that on. I think that will help because they're going to see it as a lot of people. I've had somebody already find my listings online and compare my prices to myself. A jacket that I put on Facebook Marketplace, they sent me a link to it online, while my online price was cheaper. Well, and I couldn't explain it. I couldn't even explain why I priced them differently, because I don't even know. I don't even remember dropping the price online. So I'm learning from my own self. I made a mistake where I should have been cheaper on Facebook. So when he looked it up, I would have had that sale. I lost that sale, and he's pissed now. So I mean,
we all do stuff like that. It's because you're so busy in your mind because you have all these platforms you're trying to juggle, and it's not easy every day. Some days you can breeze through it and be great, but then there's the days you fumble through it all because it's too much for your head.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to stop for a second. I'm going to ask. We have 50 people in here. I would love it if you're not subbed. First of all, please go sub to Rod Pommy Pickers. But if you have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, can you either share this video out and ask people to sub, or share Rod's channel?
Or his 12 Days of Christmas. That will definitely.
That's exactly what I did. A couple people found him through that. I shared that out on a couple. If you haven't watched the 12 Days of Christmas song he sang.
An invoice to pay your fee.
And just let them know that we really would like to, we don't do this very often, push. But Rod needs this. He deserves it. And
So I mean,
I feel like he's only got 4
years left, guys. His heart's going to blow out.
Do you feel greasy, Rod?
No, I just feel like it's like Live Aid. I'm Africa, aren't I?
That's funny.
Well, when I see you sweating, that's what I think of sometimes. Honestly.
Hi, Jeff.
When's Phil Collins going on?
I think Ken Daigle's going to come in and sing for us. Where's he at? I can feel it come. Oh, no, Paul Turner. He can feel it coming tonight, he said, I think. Where's he at?
Well, Andrew Monumental sent me a message the other night, and he was talking about my 12 Days of Christmas thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, oh, you know, all these songs. And I know he's a very big Queen fan. So I sent him a video. I bought this keyboard from the tip shop, big full Korg keyboard. And a few of the keys are sticky. He just wants cleaning. Anyway, so I sent him a video of me playing the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh.
And I said, any more? I said, and I'm going to butcher your favorite song, and you'll never be able to sing it like the original again. No.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Well, if you don't know about Rod, you want to tell him about your past, what you did. You had some long hair, and...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was...
I got a little nervous there where we were going with this for a second.
As a musician.
I thought you were going to say that he was, his name was Rona before.
Listen, you can't get done for double jeopardy. Anyway, so yes, I used to be a bass player in a thrash metal band when I was about 23. And that's when I had a full beard out here and hair down my back, and God, I was good.
I bet you were. Oh,
Rod Z Top.
It was like a thrash metal version of Spinal Tap.
Peter Ray's asking for you to
We're
do
the greatest bands we've never toured.
I think Peter Ray's asking you to do a three-part ensemble of Rosanna, Anna, and Africa. If you could. Rain in Africa. Rosanna.
Oh my God, that's a great t-shirt right there, Kathy. God, I was good, Rod.
What's that?
God, I was good, Rod.
God, I was good. His stage name was Granny Thrasher. Oh, God.
Oh, you've just reminded me. They've invited me to the Christmas party tomorrow.
The Grannies? Are you going to take them?
I was in there Monday, and they're all going to the pub. They're all going to the pub tomorrow for a meal, and they've invited me along.
So we have a joke over there. Rod has the wit and humor that is just unmatchable, and so he used to pop on our channel, and we never did it proper. He would just pop on. He'd pop on my show, and he was, I gotta go. I'm gonna go flog the grannies.
Yeah, no.
And just, man, that's his way of saying he's gonna go beat the dust off the ladies at the thrift store. So
yeah,
epic.
They love you, huh? They really do.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Used to feed me every week.
Like, do they give you better deals because you're so hot?
Actually, it's changed. The lady who manages it now, it's a different woman, and she's not as generous with her love. And she's good, but she's not as good as the previous manager. And I knew it was going bad there because they took away my box. I used to have my own box in the back room, and they'd put stuff in for me. It even had my name on it, and it's gone.
Wow.
So. Yeah, never mind.
Well, you're going to have to work back up that ladder. I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
It's not a fantastic charity shop, to be honest. It's, it's like you seem to get the cast-offs of other charities' cast-offs. It's pretty poor showing, to be honest.
It's amazing how, like, watching all of you guys, because, there's, I'm just going to throw a number out there. There's, 10 of you probably that I watch over there now. And you're all kind of different, just in case the geographically challenged people out there don't know, Australia is huge.
Wait, are you talking about yourself, Tommy?
Maybe, but suave people like myself understand the vast land
It's
of Australia.
huge.
I thought Australia was like this big and they were all like on top of each other sourcing.
I truly did too. Yeah, I hate myself for that.
But it's amazing, you know. One, we get stuck in our own land and we don't think about how massive Australia is. We only see the best of, like, even Hawaii. You only see on TV the best of the best. We don't see about the man-eating spiders and crocodiles and everything that you have over there. We never hear about that stuff over here unless it's from someone else. But with that being said, also the sourcing is so different for you guys. You and Drew and Brad, and it is mind-blowing. But I don't know how it's mind-blowing because it's the same here. I can't figure it out why it baffles me there, but here it's the same exact way.
Well, because it's just so different from what
different, yeah.
Really,
like watching what Brad gets versus what Rod does, or versus what Cara does. 3 different worlds. You know, he's from 2.5 Men. She's at the bins, and Brad's robbing like some manufacturing facility somewhere.
Brad's he must be in a unique position down there because I don't think he's got any competition in terms of other resellers. Because some of the, he can go out on a Saturday and come back with an absolute boatload of decent stuff. I can go out all week and I struggle to get a quarter of what he comes back with. I've said it for a while. I need to venture out further afield. And when I went to see Andrew and Bronwyn at the Gold Coast, I had a great weekend and I got some really good items. But then again, like a few months ago, I went to the garage sale around here and I got that box set of DVDs, which I sold for $750. And I paid $50 for them. So it's there's no rhyme or reason to it, but on the face of it,
right place, right time. That's really what it is.
Yeah, right. And the thing about it is, the same as here. Like, I don't ever go sourcing on a weekend ever. It's just generally pointless unless it's like a 50% off day that I happen to stumble into, which I've done once in my life. But like you said, Brad and Jazz and even Drew and Sarah, they do all their sourcing on the weekend.
Yeah, they're working during the week.
They work during the week, and they still manage to find a pretty high ASP. Like, I think I looked at Drew's stuff, and he's like $30 plus ASP for a part-timer that only sources one on a weekend. That's pretty phenomenal, because that's a struggle to do here for me.
Is that where Rob is? Adelaide also?
Who?
Rob Horskins, is he in Adelaide?
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah.
I think he is, yeah.
But like you said, and I can't go to my Salvation Army on a weekend or anything like that. There's going to be nothing there. Nothing. You're going to be cleaned out. I can't even go on a Monday because it's still cleaned out. I got to wait till the truck on Monday gets there and then replenishes all day. And then Tuesday morning is generally a good day to go.
Tuesday's the best, I think.
Yeah, here.
Monday afternoon is good here too.
Yeah, Monday night before closing, once everything's out, or Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
But weekend, I'm not going to find shit. Yeah. And they blow my mind, the stuff they find.
Yeah.
But like you said, Brad's in a good position. We just don't know what position he's in, top, bottom, what, to be able to get these deals. We got to figure that out, maybe, Rod. Maybe that's the trick.
He's all over.
I think, I mean, again, there's different levels of people doing this. So you've got people who are like, I know of some single parents who are doing this to help try and make ends meet. You've got part-time people who are working and doing this, building a business up, such as Brad and Jazz, and they're doing a good job of it, a brilliant job of it.
Yeah.
And then you've got people who are full-time. I think the crunch will come for, I'm not necessarily saying Brad here, so don't misinterpret this, please. But they're getting to a level where they've got a huge amount of high-end stock that they can fall back on. There's a lot of people who are doing it part-time who are working full-time, who, when they make that initial jump into doing it full-time, they'll wonder what the hell's hit them, because all of a sudden they've got to move this stock. They can't sit on it because they've no regular wage coming. But if you've got a huge stockpile behind you, which is selling, as in Brad and Jazz's case, you know, I mean, and it's good quality gear, so it's not like
right. If for some reason, you know, hopefully it never happens, if Brad and Jazz were to lose their jobs tomorrow for some reason, they could theoretically make enough money to blow their stock out to get a year's wages or till they could get back on their feet again or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're trying to say, where some people,
that's right.
more like some people that have a really slow moving inventory or slow sell through, no matter how much they have. And like clothing, like a lot of regular run of the mill clothing here, I could drop the price to $1. If it's only going to sell once every 3 months, it's only going to sell once every 3 months. It don't matter what I price it at. That's just, numbers don't lie. You can't force sales on a lot of things unless it's a high end, like something they buy, like the RM Williams new tags. People are always looking for deals on that stuff. So when they drop, if they drop the price, that's a deal. They're buying it because they can't afford it, you know, full price maybe. Yeah. So Brad would just have to chill on reinvesting. I can't wait till their next video comes out with their new deal. That's going to be tremendous.
I think my problem is I'm too scatterbrained with it all as well. I move around from one thing to the next, you know. But
me too.
But when you're going around these charity shops, you've got to take what you can take at the time it's there. You can't be too selective, you know. Like I say, when I got that deal with all the DVDs months and months ago, a few people said to me, "Oh, you're crazy! You know, what a waste of time." And I just used to list them at night when I'd be sat watching TV or YouTube or whatever. It's you just scan them in and set and forget them. But now those DVDs, you know, they sell on average for $7-8 or less in some majority of cases because they're absolute garbage. But all they're doing is the money off that is managing to pay the fees on the other two stores. Right. So that's taken care of. But yeah,
I know what you're saying. I do the same thing. I want to punch myself in the face so many times because I'll go out the door and I'll say, I'm not buying this shit. I'm not buying it. It's not, and I'll come home with bags of it. It's just, it just does. It happens. It's self-control. It's like going by McDonald's drive-through, like literally driving through, pulling up to the window and telling them to keep the food. Right. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing. So you go into a thrift store and you say, we all should be able to, whatever, because theoretically, whatever your average selling price of, you know, your listing is generally what you're making per hour. So if you're selling consistently $8 and $10 items, that's what you're making per hour, you know, minimum wage. But we should be saying we want to make $50 an hour or whatever. And we're not buying anything unless we can make lots to get to that $50 an hour or buy stuff that is that $50 an hour.
It's so hard.
It's so hard because you're here. You're like, well, I'm already here. I might as well take it. I'm standing right next to it. Why would I leave this $8 here when I'm standing right next to it?
And why does it look so good in the store? You're like, yes, I'm going to list this. It's good enough for that. And you get home and instantly you're like, I'm never going to list it.
It's like beer goggles. It's like the women. It's like when I go to the bar and I get beer goggles and the women are all hot.
That's almost why you want to have a partner that resold with you and you could source together and you could bounce it off each other and you can tell the other person no easily, right? Like you can easily say it to someone else. You just can't tell yourself no.
Yep. It's a lot easier to critique someone else than it is yourself because you're like, I know what I'm doing. So, but I don't need to follow my own advice, right? I do that all the time. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I've in the past week or 2 weeks, I've kind of changed my approach. I mean, I change it like the weather. It probably is something else after Christmas, but at the moment, I'm in the mindset of, well, all right, I bought this item for say $4. Whatever item, I don't know. If I sell it for $25, just to shift it with free shipping, just get it out of the way and liquidate the stock, if you like. I'm sick of becoming a warehouse.
Yeah.
You know, I hate this buying stuff. It's like a drug. You go out sourcing, and that's the high, the purchase. I'll make it. Blah, blah, blah. You get home, and you put it in a box, and you're staring at it for a week. You know, you just don't want to list it. but then it starts turning into a warehouse. And I just don't. I'm sick of seeing stuff I've had maybe for even 4 months. I want it gone. So I've had a massive promoted listings. I know there's a lot of people say don't use it, but if you don't use it,
I don't know about there, but here, if you're not using it here, if you're not selling unique items or many other reasons, but for the most part, the average person has to use them here. And I don't know about there, but it does work. I know it definitely does.
There's definite countries that don't have to use it at all. Not even.
Right. Yeah. I don't think DBG and them don't even have promoted listings there. Yeah. I don't think, or Best Dollar or something. They don't have half of the things we have. And I think that's better. I would rather go back to that. I'd rather have the best product, the best pictures, the best price, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Yeah. Right? All this shit now, you got to jump through hoops and rings of fire just to get your shit seen, and that's the trouble, and it gets frustrating. And you're putting all this. The problem is now you're buying these items again to take it to another level. You get these items, say a year ago, right? That are at the time, you didn't care. I'll make $8 on that. I'll make $8 on that. No big deal. Yeah. Fast forward to today, you pull that box out, and now you got to spend 3 hours manipulating the algorithm to get the shit to even be seen.
Yeah.
It's like you're losing your ass.
At the end of the day, you're making $3 because you have to
at the end of the day, you're in the hole is what you are.
Yeah.
By the time you do all your figure out that's why I was saying, I was telling somebody earlier today, I like to look at my time per hour because and I think it's partially just from being fresh in the employed, because GPS ingrained it in our head. Like, this is what you're going to do per hour. They had a number for everything per hour metrics. And it really does help me to think the way that they, as much as I hated them, they're brilliant at what they do to help me think, to hold myself accountable more so.
Well, I used to be fairly good at picking $30 item minimum, and when my husband would go with me, he would always go, is that worth $30 or more? So say that is good.
And you're lying to him. Yeah, it is.
Well, and there's always this, it may not be, I mean, always that could happen. It could just,
I might keep it for myself. But it's not bad as long as you can log stuff.
I don't know that at all anymore. And now it needs to be more like, is it a $40 item or more because of the fees you are paying?
Yeah. Must admit, I was quite taken aback with my fees the other month. They just seem to ramp up. Obviously, it's this promoted listings, I did question using it, but I think you've got to. It's if you're not, you got to pay to play now, haven't you?
Oh yeah, that's exactly, and it's just going to get worse and worse and worse.
There's a question: did you sell the stuff behind you or turn the lights off? He barricaded himself in.
No, I wish I sold everything. I wouldn't have had to build this makeshift confine here to hide me from looking at it.
Exactly.
I literally made this so that I couldn't look at all my stock because it paralyzed me. Honestly, it's like I come down here to start listing, and I would sit here for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour sometimes.
Yeah.
Or I would just start watching a movie on my computer or YouTube because I would be paralyzed where to start.
Yeah. It's a nice little cave, actually. I mean, you've made it enjoyable for yourself. Yeah.
I did. I did. My whole floor is Nintendo game pads. You can't see it, but I have a whole rug here that's Nintendo game pads. It's like I just wanted to surround myself by stuff that it made me happy, so that it would try and be it's mind over matter, basically.
Yeah.
And does it work? Yeah, to an extent, but not 100%.
Yeah. Nice. How much did you get for your mahjong set? I'm curious.
What's mahjong?
It's an Asian game. It kind of looks like dominoes in a way, but they're thick.
Are they in like a tin?
A lot of times, or they're in a wood box. They're sometimes made of bakelite or jade. I mean, there's really valuable mahjong sets out there.
Is it
I just sold a mouse, a roller ball.
Is it are they expensive or something? Mahjong? I don't even know.
They can be. Anyway, congrats, Steve.
Kent. What are they going on about? What's Kent going on about? I always look at Kent's name first because he's always usually on a rant about something. Kent Daigle, he's a man. I think he's my dad or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We talk. We think just alike. 143. Nice, D. Awesome. That is awesome.
Wow.
Blowing a flipping fuse. I literally forget how to list. Watcher 1421.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jordan, are you subbed to Rod? Pommy Pickers?
Who? Jordan? You better be. Smack the piss on. He hasn't had any sales today. I better not fuck with him. He's in a bad mood, I think.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
I think my last sale was yesterday, and that's it's been like crickets. See ya.
Heads on.
Shit,
what was I gonna say? I was getting ready to say something. I can't even remember what I was gonna say. Oh, I don't know. What about, I know you guys, you were going good when Drew was in a slump. Remember? Yours was still going good.
Yes.
Has it reversed now?
Yes.
His is picking back up now and yours is in a slump?
Yeah, it's gone full circle. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, list." I don't know. Everyone has their own opinion. That doesn't seem to work because I did that, and nothing happened.
Well, and again, and you know this. I mean, I know you were like I heard you say this to Nick when you had that listing challenge. You listed, what was it? How many items? 75 or 90 or something for the week, and you had no sales. They tanked, right?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was it wasn't fantastic.
It was like 2 or 3
sales,
like $2,000 worth of inventory listed in a week, which is.
What type of items did you list during that week by chance? Was it media mostly, or was it a whole range of different things?
It was. I couldn't say exactly, Tracy. It was a mixture of everything. There would have been media in it. There was some things like your electronics. It was just a mixture.
Because you wanted to get the dollar value up too, because you could have listed 150 or 200 if you did just media.
Well, yeah. I mean, a few months ago when I started that other store up, well, reinvented it and just put media on. I was listing like 25 DVDs an hour. I was just going out, but it wasn't as hot then. It was nice and cool. But I had a barcode scanner and it's just beep, beep. It was on, and then I had to go in and take fresh photos because a few of the items got pulled off eBay for using stock photos on old listing, used listings.
Have you heard your granddaughter she's suspended right now for stock photos? Have you heard that?
Oh, she's not told me.
Yeah. She's suspended for using one stock photo and a.
Well, it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but the whole eBay situation's funny. This is the difference between all the different countries, the way their eBays are operated.
Yeah.
Like, was it Derek Tap Peddler got suspended in the UK for selling an elf on a shelf which couldn't be proved to be an original elf on the shelf. Some guy over your way got suspended for 3 days for something else. Georgina's got suspended for this. Derek example was from the actual company. I got a Vero the other day from Porsche for selling a polo shirt which had a Porsche embroidered logo on the back. eBay didn't do anything. They just said, don't do it again. Now, if I'd have took that,
I think there's a number of Veros.
Well, if I'd have took that example to Derek in the UK, his elf on the shelf, theoretically, if it was eBay UK dealing with it, I should have got a Vero. A suspension, sorry. But I didn't. It's like they all operate on their own.
Did Derek have other Veros kind of lined up, or was that his first?
I'm not sure.
I'm curious if it's that you've hit a limit within an amount of time getting Vero'd, right? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, about 2.5 years ago, I got a 7-day suspension off eBay. Funnily enough, I did a video about it. I had nothing else to do. So that was for selling a VCR, but a guy basically messaged me and said, can you give me your phone number so I can talk to you about the VCR? And stupidly gave the phone number, and then eBay said, you're trying to do a deal outside of eBay. Bang, you're gone. 7 days I was out for. So
that was in the UK or in Australia?
I was here 2.5 years ago.
Oh God, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Sometimes I think it's more slack over there, but then Shazad got banned for selling something to Australia.
Did he?
Yeah. He because him and a lot of people use this program called Web Interpret, which it's a really good program, but it doesn't know the restrictions for each country. So if you don't watch it and you accidentally let it list something in Australia without pulling it down, like it was like a vitamin of some sort, or something like that Australia doesn't allow, but every other country does. So he got a 3 or 5 day suspension for it or something like that. And he's on, like, he's got direct contact with a different level of people than we can talk to. He can literally call them and be like, and they wouldn't no help for him. And that's pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, he essentially has his own server, I think. Like he's.
Yeah. And, and then Georgina, and then it happened to Tap Peddler, Derek. It's happened to Josh, when he started his business, they did the same thing to him. They did me. He said, because his sales, he had an influx of sales. They said he's drop shipping, and they shut him down for a week or two. And then
Terminal 99.
That was a long time ago, though.
A long time. I think it was maybe a year ago.
Was it? Yeah, that happened with the same web interpreter software, like that Shazad uses, Ronnie Hart uses. A lot of people use it. It's really good stuff. Zahir uses it. A lot of people that have a lot of inventory use it because it translates it into the native language in every site for you. Yeah. So it really helps your sales. It's like 20% supposedly your international sales. But with that being said, it's like eBay's they're already down. They're running like 10% coupons now. They're running all these crazy promotions to try and drum, but then they're suspending people all over the place. It's like a double negative. They're their own worst enemy, it seems.
Yeah.
I just don't I don't know. Hopefully this is the sign of a change is what I'm hoping.
Hopefully.
There's Neville. I haven't seen Neville in a long time.
Oh, he can't sell carrot seeds because they're classified as weeds.
Really? You can't sell carrot seeds on eBay here because some places are classified as weeds.
They're delicious weeds. I mean,
well, you should be able to sell them. Just don't turn on international shipping, right? I mean, that's what it should be.
That's crazy.
I know a guy in the next town to me, a place called Toowoomba, and he sells seeds on eBay Australia, and he has to every seed he sells, he has to check whether it's allowable in each different state.
Yeah.
You know, because of the restrictions. I thought, I couldn't do it. You know, just do me head in that. Did really well at that. Yeah.
Right. I think your sons just got back on Fortnite. They said that was enough.
I know.
I think they said to hell with Dad.
You didn't slap your boys hard enough, Rod.
No, they forgot about it already. I said I think they got back on Fortnite. You're doing Mr. Roboto.
I do apologize. Sorry.
I think they got back on the Fortnite.
It was fine this morning with Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like that. It seems like when the sun raises over there, your internet starts to crap out, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the laptop's starting to get quite a bit hot, actually. So if I turn my fan on, you won't be able to hear me because it sounds like a Lancaster bomber taking off. It's a half a meter diameter, and it's got proper aluminium cast blades. You get too near it, take your arm off.
We have these crazy fans here that in like these big buildings from the sea, and they're actually their brand is called Big Ass Fan.
Yeah.
They're brilliant. I love them. They're so brilliant. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's got
He's hot. He's a hot.
What'd you say?
It's not 120 degrees though, D. It's like 87. I don't know what his problem is.
Yeah. Oh my God. What did we have? I think.
What?
What's today? 18th. Man. Jesus.
I've just converted it to Fahrenheit for you. Apparently, at the moment, it's 91.
91. That's pretty warm, but yeah, and it's humid over there, right? Humidity's crazy.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah. Is there
I've got sweat in places it wasn't designed
to
go.
Big ass fans, yeah, Kent. They're crazy. When you came in here, do you remember what you were on subscribers when you came in?
I think it's about 945, I think, something like that.
Yeah. We didn't get them very many, but hopefully it'll grow a little bit in the next day or two.
Yeah, well, because there's been a lot of people. There's been a lot of people live tonight while we were on, so hopefully the replays will help out because we're almost at 950. There's got to be somebody. Get your troll accounts out. I know everybody in here has got troll accounts because they follow me around everywhere.
How are you going with the issue with this thing, or do you not want to discuss it?
It's been great for me. It's been great publicity.
Yeah,
I've gotten subs and views and everything else. I'm happy. I'm tickled to death with it. I might do it more often. Yeah. I mean, I think it backfired tremendously on the person there. You know, that was 21 minutes of free publicity for me and Tracy. I mean, yeah, and there's bumper stickers with her rolling her eyes now. I mean,
hey, Braun, how are you?
Hey, Braun. Hey, your other granddaughter's here to see you, Rod. Do you still talk? You still talk to Braun, right? All the time, I'm sure.
No, we fell out.
You fell out.
Yeah.
I know better than that. I know better than that. Neville said it's 109.4 at his place. No wonder your internet don't work, Neville. That ain't nothing to do with the internet. You're
melted.
Your copper's melting. Oh God, that is crazy. 109. What part? Where are you at, Neville? Are you in Perth?
I think he's in Sydney. I'm not sure.
Bron, BS, we chat almost every day, you old fella, losing your memory.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, I won't tell you about the conversation the other day and where she was talking to me from.
Oh. Was she on the toilet pooping?
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Gynecologist's office.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
I love it. I like people. She's like, like her, Tracy, and people like that. They don't care. They're not offended. I love it. It's just, they don't care.
It's just life.
It's just like, yeah, why? It's life. You got to poop, right? I mean,
I just farted. What?
Ron says she's having a week.
Yeah.
Well, I thought she was stood next to a hose pipe or something.
Ron, are you in the waterfalls? He thought she was surfing. Oh God, that is awesome.
I was like, I couldn't obviously couldn't see anything. That's but I even did this at one point. I'm like, just in case,
Oh, Neville's in Adelaide. Neville's in Adelaide too. Ain't that where Brad and them are?
I know.
Oh, he's in Adelaide.
It's like growing. What's up? We didn't even know.
Adelaide must be a massive, right?
Yeah, it is big. It's in that what is it called? A cove or something? It's like on the south side.
Yeah. No wonder you can't find shit to sell, Neville, with all those people down there picking.
Yeah, you gotta be fast.
You gotta move out of there.
The thing is, as well, there'll be a lot of people who don't want to do or reveal their stuff on YouTube, who are down there, and they'll see Brad's videos and I wouldn't be surprised if they're in the same charity shops during the week that he's hitting up at weekend.
Yeah. I found
Adelaide is very small.
Just the other night we were looking and I found like 2 people in Australia with hundreds of thousands of subscribers thrifting. Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Who were they?
I don't even remember who they were now, but one of them looked like she was like the prime minister's daughter or something. She was the way she was done up.
Wow. Nice.
What?
Did she have glasses on?
Would you say, wow, okay? What, Tracy?
Hang on.
Huh?
You're the prime minister. She looked like the prime minister's daughter.
I mean, she was just done up like she had tons of money and she was thrifting. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who she could have been.
Cool thing. Oh, you showed it the other night. That's right.
Yeah. The real pretty blonde. It was like.
That's just the cool thing to do and get views with, I think, right?
I mean, she's wearing like
not reselling, she's just thrifting. It's cool.
Her name's like Ella Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah, you look at her like face and stuff, she just was like, I don't know.
That's I love the vibe of this. So if I found something,
she just looks like she's like got tons of money. I don't know. I mean, looks like she got a driver and all driving her around.
Funny.
I mean, she's in.
I used to watch a woman in America. I don't know if she's still doing it, but she used to go dumpster diving. Mom the eBayer, I think. Do you know that one?
Who?
Mom the eBayer, I think she's called.
Mom the eBayer? No, I never heard of her.
Yeah, she's a coloured lady.
She's what?
Coloured lady, very religious.
Oh no, never heard of. She's got 174,000 subscribers. She's verified. That's
What's
crazy.
her name?
Ella Victoria. I'm gonna share it. See, I'll have Tracy pop it on. See if you recognize it.
Okay.
Don't use your internet because you don't have much over there.
You're gonna write it down. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a pen, and this is what old people do.
I know. I have notes everywhere. I get it, Rod. Okay, I'm old.
Share that, Tracy, with the full screen. Like, tell me when you got it up.
It's up.
It was super cute. All right, so we're going to try these jeans on now. Sadly, these won't fit.
Oh.
It's because they're kids' jeans, but oh well. I thought they might work.
So I haven't been that successful today so far, but we just come to our last thrift store now, and it's actually quite a big one. So hopefully this one's a bit more of a success, and then we can call it a day.
I'm going to the jeans section first. I want to find some funky pants. What do you think of this kind of color for jeans?
I mean, she's got her own film crew, you know, like
I'm thinking that's not fair. That makes it so much easier.
But I mean, you know, do you see what I'm getting at? Like, she looks like she comes from a ton of money or something.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? It's hard to tell.
Bron
said, "What? Where do we sub to that shit at?"
Yeah, what was her name?
Go back.
She had amazing teeth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're everywhere.
They're beautiful. Yeah,
I'm saying she was beautiful. I mean,
yeah,
but she's got 107. But you don't even know who she is in Australia. There's so many people you don't know who she is. Was my point.
Right.
You know, there's like, so how many people are out there?
Yeah. You could be right, Michelle. A lot of people do that just to get cited or seen by somebody, or to put that out there to try to get jobs in industries like acting and modeling. That could be it.
Bron Bowman, where do we sub to that shit? Was that her crotch? I love Bron.
What? How do you spell her? What was her name? Spell it. Oh, this blank piece of paper.
Spell it.
I thought you had it. What was it? Ella what? Ella, I can't remember. Ella Victoria, wasn't it? Ella Victoria. Yeah, Ella, Ella, Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah. She lives in Sutherland, southwest Australia.
All right.
Is that right? Did I say that right?
Oh, that's my surname.
What's NSW? What's NSW Australia?
New South Wales.
New South Wales. Okay, that's where she's at. wherever that is. I don't know. Is that a posh area or is that a?
Well,
I have no idea.
Rod,
Apparently
you're
that
50.
What's that?
You're at 950.
Yes, Rod.
wow.
Let's go, people.
I
Come
mean,
on.
it's not incredible.
Thank you.
It's
All right, we're doing the marathon tonight. We're not going to bed till we hit 1,000. Remember those days?
Oh,
People were doing
Christ.
that. We had people over here doing that like crazy.
yeah.
They weren't going to bed until they hit 1,000. And
We're not doing that, Rod.
And you're still going.
Yeah.
That area you was talking about there, Sutherlandshire. Apparently, that's one of the biggest areas in New South Wales. I could be wrong. I'm sure Gay will put me right.
Yeah.
I like Gay. She makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's the happiest Gay I know.
She's always. And
Sorry.
Alaska is by Hawaii, right?
Jordan, you need to watch her, Jordan, and do your videos just like her if you want growth. That's how you gotta do it. Could you imagine one of us reenacting her, like one of the guys, like reenacting her like 100%? Oh my god!
Oh. Don't give Andrew any ideas.
No, he don't need to do it. He's where is he at anyway? Yeah, there's Gay. Yay, Gay. There he is.
I think Andrew's taking a little tiny break.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You subbed out. He's so close to it. Pleasant Valley. You have you
Thank
subbed
you very
on all
much.
Gay, are you in Adelaide too? Is that what you're saying? That's not Adelaide.
I don't know where Gay is, honestly.
I think Gay's in Victoria. I seem to see one of her Instagram pictures. It said she was in a place called Shepperton, and I think that's in Victoria.
Shepperton, that's in England. That's where my family's at.
Yeah, there's a lot of English names over here.
You ever heard of Shepperton in England, Rod?
Yeah, it was the old studios. Used
Yep,
to do the
exactly.
film.
Yep, that's where they lived. Literally, right.
What, on a film set?
No, right down the street from it. Like there was like the high street, and then you, well, like I don't know, come back and make a right, and then another right, and they lived in this little like circle there. It wasn't far. It was like a 5-minute walk. It was pretty. It was a really nice area. Really nice area.
No, I don't know where he is. Kent.
Who?
I don't know. Does he need to put a link or something, Kent? I don't.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Have you seen Eric's comment there? That'll be a marathon session.
It's okay, Tony. Don't worry. And where I can't see him now. That's the problem. Kent needs him to have a wrench, so I
For
don't.
what?
I don't know why. I need to know why. Yeah.
What does he need? What does he want a wrench for?
I think he's trying to give him some info. I don't know.
Oh, he's trying to. Summer days, fun in the sun.
It says unhidden, so he should be able to type. I don't know.
Jordan was hidden?
There were some accidental buttons pushed, I think, up there. I don't know.
Oh,
Figure it out. I have no idea.
I got you now. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. He's got.
Has the Phantom Ballsack swinger not showed his goods recently?
No.
I think he got scared.
I don't know. Like,
Our
I missed it.
thumbs down or down too.
Can he not?
Maybe he can't get them up anymore.
There he is. Okay. There. Put Rod's channel in. It's up there, and someone. Hang on, Jordan.
Oh, you don't
What's
have
the
it?
IDC?
Ah. Okay, I think I got you now. I don't know. Try it. Hater.
Huh?
What is that? I'm not a hater.
What'd you do?
I don't know. Now I'm being called a hater. Okay. Don't F with me, people.
Jordan on the sippy.
I guess.
Oh God, where are we at?
It should have happened. If you just type, it should be blue. There you go. Oh my God. Okay. Actually, we're gonna probably wrap this up in about 15 minutes because I got some bad news from someone, so I need to kind of wrap this up. Actually.
Oh.
Get bad news from someone.
Yeah, I hate.
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna go and have a shower.
You hate the what?
I hate to have to do that, but there's been a death actually. So
In your family?
No, a friend. So yeah,
Oh.
I'm trying to hold it together, but I think I'm better.
Oh God. Well, then that definitely calls.
Well, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Cool. I didn't really want to say it out loud, but I don't know how else to end this. So.
Do you want to end it now then?
Yeah.
You...
Yeah. We can.
You can take it over to your channel if you guys want to hang out. Whatever.
Well, I'm going to have to actually head off to the post office before it shuts.
Yeah.
In the next half an hour. So,
listen,
guys.
9:52. We're 9:52, Rod.
I appreciate all the efforts both of you guys have done to get my channel to where it is. I really do. And thanks for having me on. And I hope you're okay, Tracy.
We're going to get you there. We're going to get you there tonight. Don't you worry.
I hope so. You should go into the hearers too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, I'll head off then and let you guys wrap it up. And
thanks, guys.
I'll see you in your channel again. So probably my tomorrow, but you're today.
Share out Rod's channel, guys, on social media, please.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Thanks very much.
All right. See
Catch
you
again.
Sorry we cut it off.
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to do it. I'm all waiting for Tommy to hit the button.